Easter and Mother's Day are right around the corner, and our customers are already looking for the perfect gifts, meals, and special offers. This is the perfect time to promote your business. When you advertise with The Observer, your message reaches the local community where it matters most. In a trusted local newspaper, on theobserver.com, in live videos, and across our social media platforms, giving your business powerful visibility. Whether you're promoting holiday specials, events, or seasonal products, The Observer helps connect your business with thousands of readers and shoppers. Make sure your business is part of our Easter and Mother's Day celebrations. Call 201-991-1600 today to reserve your spot in The Observer. Again, 201-991-1600. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 5th day of May in the year 2026. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesdays, no matter where it is you are in the country. Beautiful day in the Northeast here, 80 degrees in downtown Kearney. Just one of those days. Hope you're enjoying it and getting a chance to go outside. Now, I come on the air this morning with some very, very sad news. And that is that Lyndhurst Commissioner Karen Haggerty has died. And Mayor Robert Giangiaruso, the mayor of Lyndhurst, just released a statement. That's Karen right there, and she's with Commissioner David Mateen right there. That was the first photo that I can find. And here's what Mayor Giangiaruso said. "It is with deep sadness that I share the passing of Commissioner Karen Haggerty following a prolonged illness. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we extend our heartfelt condolences to Commissioner Haggerty's family, friends, and all who had the privilege of knowing her. Commissioner Haggerty served our community with unwavering dedication, compassion, and integrity. Throughout her tenure, she was a steadfast advocate for so many residents through her responsibilities with thoughtfulness, professionalism, and a genuine commitment to improving the lives of others. Her leadership and service have left a meaningful and lasting impact on our township. We ask that you keep her loved ones in your thoughts and prayers. We continue to extend our thoughts and condolences to Commissioner Haggerty's family during this difficult time. Sincerely, Mayor Robert B. Giangiaruso, the mayor of Lyndhurst." It is just devastating to hear this news about Commissioner Haggerty. She was an absolutely dedicated public servant who did so much for the township of Lyndhurst during her tenure on the Board of Commissioners. And I have to extend from all of us here at The Observer, from Lisa, myself, Bobby, Michelle, our deepest condolences to the family of Karen Haggerty, and most especially to her son, Deputy Chief Paul Haggerty. I know this has been a very rough time for Paul. Paul has gone through so much, losing his dad a year ago and now his mother in such a short period of time. It is absolutely devastating. It's enough for any family to go through in a lifetime, let alone in a period of a year. So, Paul, we're thinking of you today. We're thinking of your entire family, and we wish you all nothing but the very best in these coming days. Her funeral information is available on the Stellato Funeral Homes website, so please check that out. The wake is at Stellato, and the funeral mass will be in Lyndhurst, I think later this week, but please check that out when you get a chance. Now, I think most of you know that the big story this week was the fire in Belleville, which I'm going to get to you in just a minute. But I have a couple of things I just want to remind you about. The annual 50/50 for Project Graduation is well underway. Got my tickets last week. I hope you will too. If you would, just pause this video in a few moments and take a screenshot of, or use your phone to get the QR code for Zelle, Venmo, or Project or Cash App, and you can purchase your tickets that way. Or if you prefer to pay in cash, you can certainly find Melanie Ryan, Ann Rodriguez, or Jenny Paz, who have plenty of tickets themselves. There are also tickets available at the American Legion Post on Belgrove Drive, the Elks on Elm Street, and the Soccer Post on Kearny Avenue. So many, many ways to support one of the greatest causes in the town of Kearny. This is coming up on Thursday, May 21st, the annual Memorial Day Parade, which is going to be something special this year. Jerry Facito, councilman in the 4th Ward, has put together a beautiful parade, and he's working extra hard because this is the semi-quincentennial, the 250th anniversary of the United States. And the good news is that, especially if you are the parent of a school child, the kids have to go to school on that Friday. So make sure you bring your family and head on over to Belgrove Drive on the 21st for what will be a very moving experience, I'm sure, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And this, lastly, there are 2 more walk and roll with a cop days left with the Kearny Police Department tomorrow. At 7:45, they're meeting at West Hudson Park on the Kearny Avenue stairs for students at Washington Elementary School. And then for Franklin, that will be the next day on May the 7th, meeting at West Hudson Park at the Duke Street entrance at 7:45 a.m. So far, Garfield, Schuyler, and Roosevelt have already taken part in this, and it's a great initiative that Jack Grimm and the community-oriented police unit are undertaking. So please, if you get a chance, your kids are involved, send them to school with the cop. I'm sure it'll be something that they remember for the rest of their lives. Now, the fire in Belleville. Everybody knows what's happened because you've been paying close attention to it. But before I get into the fire, I want to make a few comments about some of the things that I've seen out on social media over the last couple of days. That's pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. Mayor Michael Melham has worked diligently to make sure that things go smoothly in the township of Belleville in the last few days and in the coming days. And there are people who are going on Facebook and making some of the most absurd, ridiculous comments that I have ever read. And I'm not going to tell you what those comments are. If you want to see them, you can go ahead and read them, but it just got me so worked up. It really did. And people are taking this opportunity, a tragedy like this one in Belleville, to make stupid comments about Mayor Melham, his leadership, and the things that he's done. Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks. As an outsider, I don't live in Belleville. I've watched the way he's handled this tragedy in the last 3 days, and he has done an exceptional job of showing what it's like to be under pressure and what it's like to have to deal with such a situation where so many things went wrong. He's had to deal with closing the schools, there being no power, all sorts of other things that you don't even think about when there's a fire as big as this one. You have all heard that it was 12 alarm fire. It's now up to 14 because it's still smoldering, and it's reignited in the last couple of hours. They're not even fully done with putting this fire out, and people are going on social media and making big boy comments about Mayor Melham. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Those people are just ridiculous. They really and truly are, that they would use this experience to make political statements. It's childish and it's just unnecessary. And Mayor Melham, I'll just say it right now. I don't care what anybody says. You're doing a fantastic job. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's unfortunate that there are detractors to every politician in the world. I understand that. I truly do. But the time and the place for criticisms is not while the fire is still burning. But if you have any brain, a half a brain, or even a quarter of a brain, you know that Mike Melham has done an exceptional job leading this township through a very trying 3 days, and it's not even over yet. So to the people who say otherwise, shame on every one of you. Shame on every one of you. But without any further ado, we have some incredible footage from the fire that I'm going to show you. The first one is this Ring camera footage from inside the mattress factory where this fire first began. And it's really stunning to see how quickly this fire, first of all, ignited and how quickly it spread. It's very, very unfortunate how quickly this fire spread. They were doomed the minute this fire broke out. Mayor Melham said on WCBS TV Channel 2 this morning that he believes that it was welding work that sparked the fire. You'll be able to see it a little bit in the video, the first video that comes from this Ring camera. So I'm going to show that to you in a minute. However, before I do, I just want to welcome in a bunch of people who I know are in the chat room right now. Before I do that, I see Carol Manley, my birthday sister, is here. Mayor Dan Pronti, the mayor of North Arlington, is here with us as well. Our own Lisa is in the other room. Thank you, Lisa. Larry Hanlon is here with us. Larry, good afternoon. Lori Bradow is also here with us. Eileen Matthey is here, and she says, yes, he has done an excellent job about Mayor Michael Melham. Couldn't agree more. Mary Beth Kennedy is also here with us. Mayor, haven't seen you in a long time. Almost time for the first grandchild. Looking forward to that. Congratulations. And Michelle Vartan Novus is here. Michelle, I have not seen you in ages. Please say hi to Ron for me when you get a chance. It's very nice to see you. Anybody who is watching in the background also, thank you for being here. I know you are here every week. All right, so without any further ado, we'll start off with this first clip, which comes from about 2:35 p.m. on Sunday, when the fire at the mattress factory in Belleville on Cortlandt Street first began. And we'll talk about these in between the video clips. I have about 6 of them. Here's the first one. If you haven't seen that yet, it was first broadcast on Pix 11, Channel 11, WPIX. It's just remarkable to see how quick that went up. It looked like the guy with the extinguisher was trying to get a hold of it, a grip on it, and it almost looked like it was successful at one point. But then you can see how quickly it just spread, and with all those materials in there. You know, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and she had mentioned that more than likely a lot of those materials haven't even been treated yet with fire retardants. So it's just that they were doomed. They were really doomed right from the beginning. But you have to kind of question and wonder, why on earth would anybody do welding with all those flammable materials around there? It's a shame that it had to happen. All right, this next video comes from just a couple of minutes from the outside of the factory, a couple of minutes into the fire. Teddy Jal Lopez, who has been one of our photographers for many years and is a great guy, happened to be in the area. He lives in Belleville, and he caught this footage for us right at the very beginning. You'll see how innocent it almost looks when this begins, but how quickly things got out of hand. Without any further ado, here's Teddy's video. you see, it's going. You can tell that it's going to be somewhat serious. The wind conditions were absolutely horrible. But what you're about to see comes from our longtime friend, Skylar Whitehead, who has been filming fires for, I think, 12 years now. He was doing it when he was in high school. And now he's making a living as a photographer in Manhattan. And he goes to some of these incredible scenes. And he made his way from Manhattan into Belleville. And this was at least 9 o'clock on Sunday night, because it was already dark and this thing was still going. And he has some incredible shots from the scene. You will also notice in the video retired Chief Stephen Dill and current Chief Joseph Mastandrea. Steve Dill is a state fire marshal, and Joe Mastandrea is in charge of the Hudson County OEM, I believe, with fire and rescue and things of that nature. So they were both on the scene. So if you happen to notice them, you'll see them in the video. But these images that Skylar captured with his camera are nothing short of spectacular and almost horrifying. So without any further ado, here is Skylar's footage. This is about 10 minutes. Take a look.
All right, guys, we are on scene here in Belleville, New Jersey. Multi-alarm, major 10 plus fire throughout. 300-foot warehouse. I think it's a 2-story. They got major tanker task force, and they had major water issues. It's been going on, I guess, 6+ hours now. So we'll see what we can get. Alright guys, as you can see, they have major water problems, so they're still trying to hit pockets of fire. Alright guys, here's the rear here. Whole thing's collapsed and still burning. You got a Jersey City Ladder 8.
close to the county.
Be advised, we're going to be clear of Belleville Fire Station.
Alright guys, this 4th story is starting to get some chunky smoke. They're gonna be here for days.
Back 9 to the county. Keep the release road land.
That build's got some fire in it for sure. This all collapsed back here. So I believe this building was the original fire building, the mattress place, and then it extended. This is probably from it too. Look at that moon out there. Full moon was a couple nights ago, but check out this building, I guess. A heavy black smoke coming out of that roll down gate. Gonna be heavy fire gonna come out of there. Because you know, it's on the 2nd floor there. I'm gonna get on the other side of this light so you guys can see. So this is the original fire building here. It's all out there.
So there was Skylar Whitehead's incredible coverage. Skylar is just as good as it gets when it comes to covering fires. He knows every angle, every place to go where you can get to see just about every portion of the fire. But I mean, you just think about that. That was hours after the fire began. Hours, and it was still going as good as that was at that point in time. Then yesterday morning, Mayor Melham went out again and was touring the area. I'm going to show you the video of what he shot, and he broadcasted live yesterday. But even this wasn't the very end. But take a look at this. This is from Mayor Melham Monday morning when it seemed like all was finally over. So that was early on Monday morning, where you can see that it was still going pretty good. I guess at that point I misspoke. But then on Monday night, it really, really got bad again. Here's that from Mayor Melham. So there it is, a look at the incredible, incredible fire. Our headline is Historic Fire, and I don't think there's any other way to put it, because in my lifetime, I don't ever recall a 12 to 14 alarm fire ever being called in this area. I was speaking with Eddie McEwen, a Kearney firefighter extraordinaire, who tells me that it does happen on occasion, but it's very, very rare that a fire gets to 12 alarms. And this one, while it was 12 at the time, and what you'll see in this week's printed edition, it actually was up to 14. And I also wanted to let you know, you see that ladder tower here, it's ladder tower 2, and that is from the Kearney Fire Department. All of the personnel that you see in that photo on the right, they are all Kearney firefighters who were on scene to provide mutual aid during the course of the blaze. And they were there for a long time. And, it just serves as a reminder. A lot of times firefighters get a bad rap because, they sleep in the house and they cook and eat and do all these things. All it takes is one big fire, and you see the incredible amount of bravery that it takes to do the job that they do. Every single one of them. None of us could ever, ever understand it. I think I said during the fire where the gentleman used the bow and arrow to shoot somebody that it's almost obscene and ridiculous that they do what they do. Why would you do that? Why would you do these things that put your life on the line every time you go to work? But that's what they do. While everybody else is running away and running out of buildings, they're running inside. And it sometimes takes a reminder like this fire to remember the incredible work that the firefighters do, whether it's Kearney, Belleville, North Arlington, Lyndhurst, Harrison, East Newark, Nutley, you name it, everywhere. And as I had mentioned in the chat, we don't even know the number of fire departments in total yet that were on scene. But needless to say, that number is going to be extremely high, because you could see during the course of the video some departments you would never have envisioned being in Belleville because they were 30, 40 miles away. The FDNY provided relief. It was just amazing to see all that. And you know that the fire trucks are kept running. They have to be running during the course of a fire. And so there was also tankers there that were providing fuel relief. So when these rigs were starting to get at a very low fuel level, they had to take the rigs and bring them to these fuel tankers that were topping off the fuel. I think I had heard at one point that one of the fuel tankers was driving to different locations to get to them to fuel them up. But either way, I mean, the things that go into fighting a fire are things that you and I don't think about on a regular basis. But again, just extraordinary work by Belleville and all of the mutual aid departments. And once we know how many departments were indeed there, we will let you know, because it's going to be something you've probably never seen before in your life, that many departments that provided the mutual aid. And Mayor Melham did speak with Governor Mikey Sherrill during the course of all of this. Governor Sherrill provided her and offered her support to the township to do whatever she can to make life easier for anybody who needs it. And I think that's important to note, because it's at times like this that you realize how much you really do need help during a crisis like this. Now, this was on Councilwoman Naomi DePena's Facebook page, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. The Red Cross at the Friendly House, 20 Florence Street, is providing a lot of assistance to residents who have been displaced, people who have had to evacuate, things of that nature. Food and water, shelter, emotional support, and assistance and guidance are being provided to anybody who needs it. If that is necessary, if it is something that you may need, make sure you head on over to 20 Florence Street to the Friendly House, where the support that you need will be given to you. It is just great to see how they have all banded together. I'm sure there are a lot of people who want to know about whether they can or cannot donate items. When we get more information through the mayor's office, we will certainly share it with you on our social media channels or through a live video, depending on what's most appropriate at this time, but we will see when that happens. But that's where we stand right now during what was an extraordinary couple of days for the history of the township of Belleville. Don't forget, in this week's edition of The Observer, there are 2.5 pages of classified, so be sure to check that out, and all sorts of other stories that are in this week's edition. But this was the most important story to go over this week, and I hope you will understand that that's what we did today because of the historic nature of everything that took place. We will be back when we know anything new to report about that, or if any other news breaks during the course of the rest of the week. Otherwise, we'll be back a week from today with more. So, from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa signing off for now. We hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful Tuesday, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.